numbers 3-on-3 here. Fosman working on the right side. Looks, shoots! Sends it wide left. Fosman, you're working in early, taking a shot. What do you think about that opportunity for the Bulldogs?
Very good chance for the Bulldogs. It's a look you'd like to get a better opportunity at, especially once you're playing in the offensive and attacking area. Scott's just did a great job at closing everything up, not opening any passing lanes and not opening any lanes for a good shot.
Yeah, Coolum there. Sneaks by on the left side. She sends it away for the Scots. It's going to be probably Emily Erm who's going to send it down looking. Bader now controls, kicks it out, looking for Earl, but it's going to go a little bit too far on that sideline there. It's going to be thrown for the Scots by Farrell. Farrell's looking long. Crowd going play. It's going to go off of Bader's foot and off the sideline there. There's going to be another Scots throw-in and another throw-in by Farrell. Farrell intercepted by Bader. It's going to be kicked back, but Earl's going to put pressure on Farrell. As looking long there was Gucciardo, was looking for Segan, but it was going to be intercepted as we look for another ball towards Fosman, taken away by the Scots. Crowd on the back line. Fosman with pressure. Segan goes down. And it's going to go out of bounds again on the Bulldogs here. Early taking over in Alma's area. Sean, we are seeing the Bulldogs, unlike last time we were in the stadium, they are moving the ball into Alma territory early. They are jumping on it early.
And that's exactly what they need to do. They're a very talented team. They've just, as I said in the pre-show, just ball hasn't bounced their way sometimes. That'll happen in every sport. They need to capitalize on the opportunities they get and create better chances for themselves if they want to win here against the very young Scots team.
Yes, Scott's here under first-year head coach, like we mentioned in the pregame. Obviously struggled, had to bring in a new head coach, trying to flip this program around, how to a hot start, and has slowed down recently. If you're the Scots, obviously under a lot of young energy. Bulldogs are a little more experienced. You're hoping that experience carries you through here in this MIAA play after a close loss to Kalamazoo here as well. Bulldogs have been more successful at home, but again, like you said, you're hoping to get that win that they haven't had in over a month back. Get them on the scoreboard, get them back in the win column, and try to roll the rest of MIAA play.
Yeah, as you mentioned, 3-5 at home, 0-2-1 on the road. So home is where they reign supreme, but still haven't been perfect.
Yes, as Gucciardo on the right side. Kicks it back looking to... Okay. Back here. It's going to be a goal kick here for Coolum. Coolum sends it away long. It's going to be sent to a sea of bodies in the middle. Goes over that. Everybody takes a big bounce. It's going to be controlled by the Scots there. It's going to be sent to the far sideline here. It's going to be chased down by Akins. Akins is going to move it to Earl. Earl makes a move. He's going to slip it by looking for Fosman. Fosman's going to be slapped away by the Scots. It's going to be slapped away by McCluskey for the Scots. It's going to be sent long over there as Waterstret carries around looking to beat Perney, but unable to, but sneaks around her again. Great defensive play there by Bergeron. It's going to be thrown here for the Scots. Scots haven't seen much offense here early on as they look for a throw-in here. Long throw-in into the box. It's going to be headed out by the Bulldogs. Scots still control on the outside. It's going to be taken away and kicked up by Segan looking for Fosman. Fosman looking on the right side, looking for speed. Speed, she's going to beat her out. She's going to beat the Scots defender. Breaks in. She's got number on the left side. She's got Earl coming in. Fosman shoots! Saved by Coolum. She had Earl flying on the left side, and she goes for a shot. Unfortunate play there for the Bulldogs as they had numbers going in on goal.
Yeah, it was really a 3-on-2 as Bader was breaking in up the middle as well. So a couple options there for the potential assist from Fosman. She takes the shot instead and maybe looking for a diving save into a deflection for a second opportunity.
Yes, as Akins here works her way on the left sideline, and it's going to be kicked out of bounds by Farrell for the Scots, throwing Bulldogs. Akins takes her time, waiting for everyone to set up here. Akins throws it short to Bader. Bader's going to let the ball bounce. She's going to kick it around. It's going to be sent away by the Scots. Back on the far sideline. And it's going to be kicked out of bounds after a little bit of a long ball, looking for Jones. Bulldogs here controlling the ball early. Have had a couple chances to score. Both shots by Fosman. Freeze sends it in the middle. Crashing on with Segan. Fosman controls. Fosman breaking right between two people, just hucks one on net, and it's going to go wide left. Fosman here with 3 early shots, Sean. None of them hitting the net. One slow roller into the hands of Coulomb.
Yeah, 3 shots credited with 2 on goal. Alana Earl also credited with 1 shot on goal so far in this game.
Yeah, they're getting shots on goal early here. Obviously, they've only had 1 or 2 grade A chances. One of them with a chance to move it around, and just unfortunately made the wrong read there. But nonetheless, it was a shot on goal and a good attempt, as it will be played back here to Stanton. Stanton, the goalkeeper, will kick it out right. There's Bergeron looking for it. He's going to move it up. Bulldogs playing on the right side here. Plays it up Fosman. Fosman kicks it forward. Chasing it is Segan. Scott's just going to kick it out of bounds. Give Adrian a throw in here. Perney is going to come down to take the throw in for the Bulldogs on this far right sideline. Perney letting everything set up here. Throws it back. It's going to go back to Bergeron. Bergeron's going to win a one-on-one, but it's going to bounce right back to the Scots. Perney here playing. It's going to be stolen away there by Bader. Earl plays it to the middle, looking for a through ball. Looking for Fosman. Unfortunately, did not get through, as Earl's going to go for a chase on here on the Scots. She wins the ball in the sideline and is able to keep it in. No, they would call her out, as it will be a goal kick. Earl tried to save one there in the back corner, was unfortunately unable to get it. It'll be a goal kick for Coulomb.
While it's great that the sun went down, made it easier for us to see, making it really hard to see these Alma numbers.
Yeah, they get kind of dark, and then the dark black with the dark red, just not a great mix here for us to see, especially far away. As will be a throw-in for the Scots. Long throw-in opportunity to look, as it is headed out of bounds by Gucciardo.
Scots really haven't had a lot of opportunities to play in their offensive zone here early in this game. And
Fosman's going to take a break here. She's one-on-one with the defender. She's working on the right side. She's got numbers coming back. Bader's in the middle, Earl on the left. Fosman working alone. It's going to be a scuffle there. Fosman comes out with it, but I believe she was called on a foul there for being a little too aggressive. Again, Fosman breaking in. Had numbers. Earl on that far left side. Great play by the Scots defender, though.
Yeah, closed everything down. Didn't give Fosman any opportunity except to get extremely physical. They're playing up the pitch, and physicality is sometimes a good thing, sometimes leads to exactly what we saw there.
Yes, Coulomb set to take it away. Short ball here and low. It's going to be intercepted by Segan, who gets a leg on it. It's going to go back into the Scots' back line here. Segan puts pressure. Segan pressuring. Scots moving around. Picking up control. Segan putting more pressure on this Scots' back line. Fosman comes in. Bader. Bader using her body. Moves around, cooking to the middle. And it's going to be controlled by Gucciardo, who's going to move it back to Segan. Segan's going to throw one in the middle here. Looking for Earl, and it's going to be batted away by the Scots' back line. You know, credit them early. The Bulldogs have had a lot of opportunities, but this Scots' back line has really stood up to this early attack from the Bulldogs.
It really has, and it's had to, right? We've seen so many opportunities.
As a little bit of miscommunication there by the Scots' back line. Earl comes in, but it'll be controlled by Coulomb. Yeah, you said it had to, because this game, if the back line stutters a little bit more than it is, you're looking at maybe 1 or 2 goals here early instead of a 0-0 game. Scots working across their back line. A pass that was sent to Waterstret is going to be set up forward. It's a chase down here. It's Freeze one-on-one with Ahern, sorry. And Freeze is going to win this battle. And it's going to be thrown for the Bulldogs. Thrown in short to Bader. It's going to bounce off her knees. Bader's controls. Throws it back. It's going to be kicked The attempt along by Akins. It's going to end up in the feet of Segan. Segan works it back to Perney. Perney is going to throw it up back to Perney after a quick tap by Segan. Back to Segan again as she boots it long, looking for Fosman. Fosman breaks away. She's got a one-on-one with the defender again. Earl on the left side, covered. Fosman breaks free shot! Great save there by Coulomb to deny it wide right. And we have a corner kick coming up here for the Bulldogs.
And that's exactly what we want to see from Fosman. That's the opportunity you need. Now, if she plays the ball a little bit to the left, then the diving save puts the ball back in play for the teammate for a rebound opportunity. And that's, I assume, what Fosman's trying to do, almost getting assists on accident there.
Yeah, great play by Fosman to break away from the defender and get an almost lone chance at the goal here. Corner kick sent into the middle of the box. It's going to be tipped up, headed towards the goal, and just out right again. Bulldogs pressing early on as they have had multiple offensive chances here. Fosman having most of them. Whew, they're knocking on the door. And the Scots back line is just staying strong enough, and credit to Coulomb, who stood strong as well. Coulomb sends it long to the middle of the field. As we said, Bader's going to send it over. A little bit long there. I believe she was looking at a pass to Fosman, but Coulomb's going to corral it again. Coulomb. Long kick, middle of the field. It's going to be headed by Gucciardo, and then sent over to the right side by DeKunik. Sent to the middle by Fosman in the middle. Fosman working. Fosman tries to put it through the legs of the Scott defender, but unfortunately gets blocked. Bader's going to chase her down. Bader coming in hot. Looking to take the ball away from Jones. Bader gets a foot on it. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be a Scott throw-in. Long look at a throw-in there. And it's going to go right off the head. Here we go. Akins. He's going to throw the ball in here for the Bulldogs. Akins throws it to Freeze. Freeze is going to make a move. Freeze sends it into the middle. It's going to sneak through everyone, looking almost made it all the way over to Segan on the right side. It's going to be another throw in for the Bulldogs. Akins. Akins looking around. Looking to play it somewhat short. She throws it to Earl. And it's going to be booted by Freeze up on the left side. Fosman's going to try to break around here. Unable to, as the Scots back line is going to yet again hold strong. Fosman gets a foot on it. And it's going to roll at that back left side for another Scots throw in here. Bulldogs pressing on early as they continue their dominance in this offensive half. You would love to see some goals show for it soon, though. In the middle, Scots control. Bader puts it through the legs of Farrell as she crosses it in the middle looking for Segan. And it's going to be cleared by the Scots. Bader with a great play there. And then Bader coming all the way back, controls the ball yet again. She's going to move it to the middle here. Move by DeKunik. And it's going to be taken away by the Scots. Sent into the back line of the Bulldogs as it will be Bergeron. Bergeron sends it over to Freeze. Freeze is going to send it back to Stanton, who's just going to corral it. Control the ball for the Bulldogs, settle it down. Sends it over to Segan. Segan gets run into. It's going to be taken away by the Scots. Controlling on the left side there is Alma. It's going to be sent to the middle, kicked up. Just kind of being sent into the air right now. Here we go. Bader is now going to throw it on the left side to Akins. Akins is going to control it. Akins moves it to the middle to Gucciardo. Gucciardo's going to send it back to Freeze. Freeze controls, throws to the Akins on the left side. Makes a move. Akins kind of keep working in the middle. Plays it forward, looking for Gucciardo. It's going to be sent away. Throw-in for Akins here and the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs just look like they're playing a lot more free here today than we've seen in games past. Almost a little looser, not as positionally sound.
So a ball is going to be attempted to be headed over by Ahern. And a lot of contact there from the Bulldogs. I believe that was Bergeron, if I am not mistaken. And the Scots will get a free kick opportunity here Looking for, kind of put one in the box here is McCluskey, who will take it for the Scots. Alma's really first offensive chance of the day here to put some pressure on the Bulldogs after a great offensive start. McCluskey sends it away. He's going to send it straight on goal into the hands of Stanton. Don't know if I agree with that play there. Really sent it almost like she was going for the goal from about the 20-yard line, which makes it about a 30-yard shot with the extra 10 in the end zone. As Bader gets a header on through physical contact. Bader maintains control, plays it looking for Fosman. Fosman on her own on the left, working one-on-one. Fosman plays it through. She got 3 on her, moves it to the middle, looking. Shot, score, Sagan! Bulldogs 1. What a play there by Anna Marie Fosman. Plays it to the middle and a beautiful finish by Segan to get the scoring kicked off here at Docking Stadium.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs just do a great job at playing the ball through, as our graphic there got a little bit messed up, but great job playing the ball through there by Fosman. She's been so aggressive that she's drawing the goalie's attention at this point, allowing her to pass it back across the middle for the easy goal and starting things off the way you want if you're a Bulldog fan.
Yes, Fosman early on as well. They had 3 players go towards her there. She slipped a beautiful pass into Sagan as the Scots come down the line. McCluskey tries to sauce one over. They'll head into the goal. And it's going to be scored by number 30, Ava Hoffman for the Scots. And it's 1-1. So there was a Hearn with the pass over to Hoffman.
But great pass across the middle, great opportunity for the Scots, and it almost looked like it was a shot that got thrown off by the physical contact in the box. Instead, straight into the head of her awaiting teammate for the beautiful header, redirecting it back away from Stanton.
Yes, kills a lot of Bulldog momentum there after a huge goal and a huge start. But Earl's going to move into the middle here. Earl's got space. She's going to take a shot off the head of Brianna McCluskey. And Fosman gets one on goal and sneaks it by! Anna Marie Fosman in the left corner! And we have chaos here at Docking Stadium!
Just a phenomenal job by the Bulldogs once again. We've had 3 goals in about 2 minutes of actual game time. Just screaming up and down the pitch right now. Nothing but action.
Well, started the half with 20 minutes of no goals. Looking like it was going to kind of continue that way. Bulldogs slipped one by. Maybe they pulled their 1-0 lead. And now all of a sudden, a minute later, we have a 2-1 soccer game. Bader is going to send it into the back line of the Scots here. It's going to be a long by here for the Scots, and it's going to be Watershed off to the races, makes a move, and Stanton comes up to grab it.
Adrian College's second goal, her 6th of the season, scored by number 15, Anna-Marie Fosman. With an assist to number 5.
Stanton sends a goal kick into the middle of the field, long ball here. It's going to go over the head of Fosman and into the back line of the Scots. But here comes Segan powering through. Able to get the Scots control. Goes back. Perney's over there. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Perney's going to throw it in for the Bulldogs. Perney sends it back. It's going to be Bergeron. Back to Perney. Perney sends it into the middle of the field. And the Scots are going to control. Watershed. It's going to be sent back into the Bulldogs. Goes kind of off of a head here as Waterstedt's going to take it down the right side here, working on Akins. And it's going to be tapped out of bounds by Akins. It's going to be a Scots throw in here for number 28, Ava Stowe. Stowe is going to throw it in. It's going to go over the foot of Ahern and then sent back out of play by the Bulldogs. Stowe is going to send another one. Finds Ahern. Ahern sends it towards the middle, and it's going to be sent out of bounds by an Adrian College defender. I believe that was number 19, Sam DeKunik. All right, as we will step back here up to a corner kick for the Scots. The Scots send one into the middle of the box. It's going to be headed just wide. But I believe that was number 25, Brianna Spalding. Sorry, correction there. That is number 30, Ava Hoffman. Stanton is going to send it a low ball in the middle of the field. It's going to be kind of corralled here. Fought for it by both teams as DeKunik is going to send it out on the right side. It's going to be an Alma throw-in. Alma on the far side. He's going to launch one in the middle of the field looking for Ahern. And it's going to be taken here by Hoffman, but then stolen away by DeKunik, who sends it over to Earl. Earl sends it long. Bader. Bader's got speed. Bader unable to beat the Scots defender there, number 6, McCluskey. But McCluskey will send it out of bounds, and it will remain in Adrian possession. It'll be Akins to come up here for the throw-in. Akins sends it back. It's going to be sent to Gucciardo, who's going to send it in the middle of the Bader. Bader's going to tackle it. Fosman's going to corral it. Fosman in the box. He's got 3. Fosman moves right. It's going to be sent away by the Scots. As Freeze comes in to kick it away, and Perney will now defend. Perney gets a foot on it. Perney takes it away. Perney going left. Goes to Earl. Earl's going to cross it back in, looking for Fosman. Unable to find it, but Bader's going to again get a foot on it here. It's chaos in the back line for the Scots right now. They're just trying to buy themselves some time. Freeze comes up and sends a booming header as Earl chases it down for the Bulldogs. Earl works in, just gets past the foot of Fosman as Aiken's going to step up here on Waterstedt. Aiken's going to win it. Earl here. Earl kicks it to Fosman. Fosman trying to send it through the middle, but nobody is home as Coulomb will corral it here. Now, we had that quick 2-minute stretch of 3 goals, Sean. Ever since, we've been a little bit quiet. Crowd here. Down the left sideline for the Scots. DeKunik is going to send it to Bergeron, who's going to send it back to Stanton, who's going to send a long ball to the middle of the field looking for Bader. It's going to go off the head of a Scots defender. And then 3 total players there, 2 for the Scots, 1 for the Bulldogs. Are going to run into the ball there in the middle of the field. It's going to shoot back into the back line of the Scots. That will be McCluskey. Now it's going to be sent back looking for Fosman. As contact I did not see there, it's going to be a free kick for the Bulldogs here. Stepping up to take it will be number 16, Tegan Bergeron for the Bulldogs. Bergeron here. Sets the ball as the Bulldogs load up just outside of the box. Bergeron taking her time. Waits for the whistle and sends it away towards the goal. In the middle of the box, to be tipped just off the head of... It was tipped just off the head of Elise Freeze and goes out of bounds now by the Scots as Fosman will throw it in. Fosman's going to leave it as Perney is going to come up to take the throw in here for the Bulldogs. Perney's going to send it back to Bergeron. Bergeron's going to send it in the middle of the field looking for Bader. It's going to go off the top of the head of Bader, and Earl with an attempt to chase it down, but it's going to be sent out of bounds by the Scots. It'll remain in Bulldog possession here. Anna Waterstedt was the closest Scot to it, unable to corral it here. as Gucciardo is going to send it all the way back to Perney. He's going to send it back to Gucciardo. He's going to head it forward looking for Earl. Earl's going to send it into the body of a Scott defender there who is now shaken up. As they tend to hurry, we will step away. We'll be right back on ACTV.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well. Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in. The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe. I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well. Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
We welcome you back inside Docking Stadium here as the Bulldogs are up 2-1 against the Alma College Scots. Elena Earl on the left side there is going to cross it into the middle. It's going to go off the chest of Segan. And then Fosman is going to send one towards the net, and it's going to be corralled by Coulomb. Coulomb is going to settle down here for the Scots. Waiting for them to check downfield. She's going to send a ball away into the dead middle of the field as that'll be Gucciardo going up for a header. It's going to bounce over her head, then off a couple Bulldog defenders. And it's going to end up being a foul here after too much contact, and the Scots will have a free kick. Swing number 6, Brianna McCluskey coming up to take the free kick for the Scots. Hannah Whitley now on that right side for the Scots as well. She sends it into the middle of the box, into the middle of the field. Earl's going to head it over to Bader. Bader's going to look for the right side for Sagan. Sagan is going to settle it down. Moves it into the middle to Dukunik, sorry. It's going to be kicked over on the right side, and Akins will run it down here for the Bulldogs. Freeze is going to control it. Freeze sends it into the middle of the field looking for Fosman, who makes a break here. Fosman, she can keep the speed up. She's got 3 on her back. Fosman, working, shot! Saved by Coulomb.
And a phenomenal save at that. Diving one-handed and tapping it away as it was a long play. Great job pushing it up the pitch. As Fosman trying to beat 3 defenders solo as her teammate was marked going up the field on the left side. She played it long and
almost worked out for the Bulldogs there as Bader takes the corner kick. She's going to send it high, booming kick in the middle of the box. Headed. It was a header there by Elise Freeze. That gets batted away by the Scots back line. As Coulomb is going to have a goal kick here as we get some substitutions for both teams. It'll be number 10, Kate Laurie, coming in for number 31, Victoria Segan. Segan, sorry. Yep. Kicks up. It's going to go off the head of... Well, okay, here we go. Dukunik in the middle. Bader. Bader's going to work up the middle here. Bader. Earl on the left. Kicks it to Fosman on the right. It's going to be settled by Hoffman for the Scots, who's going to then take it out. Kick it towards the back line there for Bergeron of the Bulldogs. And then it's going to be intercepted by Perney. Perney working through the middle. She's going to send it back. It's going to be controlled by Freeze. Freeze is going to work in the middle here as it's going to be corralled by Gucciardo. Gucciardo's going to send it into the Scots midfield. And a long ball look here. It's going to be sent away by Freeze. The Scots now looking to control as Aiken steps up and makes a play. Scots were looking for number 13. Waterstedt on the right side there, unable to get to her. Earl controls, sends it back. Sends it to Freeze. Freeze. It's going to go off. Freeze is just going to send it out of bounds. Sorry, it looked like it went off of Waterstedt. Unfortunately, it will be Scott's throw in here. Scots went short there with the throw in. Earl's just going to hammer out of bounds. It'll be Hannah Whitley taking it. Whitley. Going to go out of bounds. Earl on Whitley. Earl's going to head it over the head of Whitley there. As Jones now going to control. Looking to the middle here. And here comes Gucciardo with a play to Fosman. Fosman turns around. Looking to play it through. It's going to sneak by the Scott defender. Earl's one-on-one. Earl's got the goalie to beat. Sneaks it by the left corner. Goal! Alana Earl. Bulldogs now go up 2 here with 15:42 left to play in the first half. Sean. What a break, and then what a finish by Earl.
Yeah, just a perfect job by the Bulldogs offense there. They played the ball long. It almost looked like Earl thought she was about to be offside, so she twitched a little bit back, and then she realized, if I'm offside, I'm offside. I might as well play the ball. So she just sprinted after it. No flag raised, so she made a play on at the goal.
A lot of scoring going on here in the first half. 4 combined goals between the two teams here. Bulldogs offense kind of slowed down a little bit through this middle of the first half, but picks back up as Fosman. Bader sends a through out of Fosman, just out of reach here as Gucciardo will control, sends it all the way over to Lowry. Sorry. It's going to be intercepted in the middle by the Scots. Here comes Ahern. Ahern up the middle, plays it, looking for Waterstedt, but it's going to be sent away by the Bulldogs. Bader now in the middle. Bader controlling, moves it up left to Earl. Earl settles it down. Does a spin, sends it right back to Gucciardo. Gucciardo's going to control now in the middle of the field. She's going to kick it back to Akins. Akins to Gucciardo. Gucciardo's going to run. Looking, sends it through to Bader. Bader's going to touch it. Bader's going to look for a through ball to Fosman, and Fosman is unable to run past the Scots back line there. It'll be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Or sorry, goal kick for the Scots here, Coulomb. Coulomb here sent it away for the Scots. Bulldogs back to putting pressure on the Scots here. Earl on the left side. Earl working on Whitley. Earl sends it to the middle of the Fosman. Fosman's going to step around, and it's going to be batted away by Whitley. Unable to break through there is Fosman. It's going to roll back into the middle there to DeKunik, who's just going to send it left and out of play, looking over towards Earl's way, and it sneaks out of her reach. It'll be a throw-in by Whitley here. Hannah Whitley to throw it in. It's going to go off the chest of Jones and then back to Whitley, who sends it into the middle of the field. As it'll be Grace Shapansky, who will then grab it, but then it's going to be sent in the middle of the field. Whitley now has on the back line for the Scots. It's going to be sent through and corralled by the Scots in the middle of the field. Moving up the field was Hannah Meyer, and she was taken down by the Bulldogs there. And a couple passes sneak through, and here with speed comes Brianna Spalding, is unable to beat out Perney there on the far left sideline there. For the Scots, it'll be a throw-in for them. Steps up, sends the ball into the middle of the field. Back to Scots control. Send it towards the net there. Had Hannah Waterstedt breaking into goal, and Stanton's just going to corral that one with no problem. Stanton hasn't faced much action here early on, Sean. Obviously, you might want to worry if the Scots get hot, if she is a little cold sitting back there, as the temperature has started to drop here in Michigan for the first time really all year.
Yeah, and she's getting a little bit of action, but it's definitely been long periods of time without her seeing any movement or anything that she's really been able to do. What's been interesting is seeing the Bulldogs' defensive back line. The only player that I haven't seen really work her way up the pitch has been Bergeron. Everybody else has worked all the way up past the 30, it feels like.
Yeah, it seems like the Bulldogs, really last time we called, they were almost in an offensive wall, weren't getting much shots, weren't getting many opportunities, but now it seems like they have just completely flipped around everything, and they're energetic, moving the ball. I mean, they have 3 goals in this first half here with still 12 minutes left to play. It's huge for the Bulldogs to get out to an early lead in just their second MIAA matchup of the year.
It almost feels like they're running a 1-4 back line with Bergeron being that one far back player, and then they just have 4 players playing loose and free, moving up the pitch as far as they so feel.
Yeah, I mean, it's led to 3 goals here for the Bulldogs early, so clearly it's working as Akins has a throw in here on the short sideline. Throws in short to Earl. Akins is going to send it out, looking to go back to Earl. Unfortunately, sneaks back here. Whitley's going to throw it in for the Scots. It's going to go over the head of Waterstedt, and then controlled by the Bulldogs. It was off Earl's head, corralled by Bader. It's going to just go off her foot. Whitley steps up, sends it off the thigh of Bader, and out of play. Whitley to throw it in for the Scots.
That ball was almost into the PA's press box over there to the left.
I think it's a movement off of the leg of Bader as she now controls it. There's a through ball to Fosman. She's got a one-on-one. Fosman one-on-one with the Scots. Moves left, and it's going to be sent out of play by, I believe that is Ava Stowell for the Scots, and will force a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Bader set to take it. Going up 3 before half here with 10 minutes and 30 seconds left would be huge for the Bulldogs after kind of a slow start to the year. They are trying to pick it back up, and they look like they are on that track tonight. Bader set to take the corner. Bader sends it into the middle of the box. It's going to be headed to the right side there by, I believe that was Gucciardo. But now it's going to be sent around the middle here, and the Scots will come out with it. Moving down is Hoffman. Hoffman's going to send it looking for, I believe that's Waterstedt. Yep. Who's going to send a through ball. Looking for Shapansky, but is unable to find her. It'll be kicked out by the Bulldogs and have a Scott thrown here. Whitley will come up to take it for the Scots. Whitley is going to throw it in. Throws over to Waterstedt. It's going to go off her chest and out of bounds. Bulldog throw in now. Akins to take it.
Bader's going to find the bench area as the Bulldogs have made a sub now, bringing in number 11, Charlotte Pouget.
Pouget, the freshman out of New Baltimore, Michigan, went to Anchor Bay. Comes in a little bit undersized at 5'2", but like we saw before, she plays fast. Here we go. The Scots are going to send it into the zone. That'll be roll off. Who will send it out of play for the Scots. It'll be another Adrian College throw in here in their own end. Perney to throw it in. He's going to send it back to Bergeron. So they're going to send it long towards Fosman. It's going to go off the head of Fosman. And now with steam comes Gucciardo. Now Fosman comes back and gets a header on it, and it's going to sneak by Earl. The Scots backline will send it out into the middle of the field. As Gucciardo wins a one-on-one there and then goes to win a second and unable to corral it there. Whitley sends it to the middle of the field for the Scots. Here comes the Scots pushing on the right side. Looks for a through ball here for Shapansky, and Stanton comes up. Now going to be corralled by Ahern. Ahern unable to get a shot on net there as Hoffman sends it into a sea of bodies. A lot of contact there. Shot on goal, saved by Stanton. Shot there by Waterstedt.
Phenomenal job there by Stanton. Staying alert through all that chaos. Some of it caused by Stanton, to be fair, coming out of the goal area to put a stop to that first opportunity. And then she stayed alert. She stayed ready.
Yes, great play there by Stanton to kind of keep the Bulldogs at 3-1 here. Don't want to give the Scots any momentum going into the second half, as it'll be thrown over to Whitley on the right side. Whitley moves in, attacking for the Scots. Looking here, sends it long, looking for Shapansky. It's going to go off the back of Perney. Controlled again by the Scots. It's going to go towards number 13 for the Scots, but then it'll be headed by Akins out. Looking for Waterstedt. Was Shapansky. Akins now throw it in for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs here looking to take this 3-1 lead into the half. Akins taking her time. Those in looking for Earl short, but it's going to be taken away. Waterstedt now has it. Waterstedt is going to move. Sneaks between two defenders for the Bulldogs. Waterstedt takes it wide. Now, she has Freeze on her. Akins is going to come over to cover, and it'll be headed out of the middle by DeKunik. Waterstedt's going to take it back. She's going to try to sneak around Akins, but Akins having none of it. And the ball will come to Earl. Earl is going to play it into the middle of the field, and no one is home. I believe she thought Fosman was there, but Fosman was breaking towards her. Unfortunate play there for the Bulldogs as Earl now takes it away from Waterstedt, and Akins will corral it for the Bulldogs. Akins trying to sneak one to Earl on the far sideline, but sends it out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Whitmer and the Scots. Throws it short here to Jones. Back to Whitmer, sends it long. It'll be headed by Akins. Headed by Earl now to the middle of the field to Pouget. Pouget then gets taken away by the Scots, but then regains possession here as will now be Pouget in the middle with it. Scott's back line here. Ahern takes it. It's going to be sent to Waterstedt. Waterstedt is going to send it to Jones, who's going to send a ball to looking for Ahern. Waterstedt now running all over the place, winning battles, as she's going to still have the ball. And it's going to be a foul there on the Scots, and the Bulldogs will get a free kick here with 5:24 left in the first half, Sean.
And a quick correction, I believe it was Hannah Whitley. You were saying Whitmer. That is my last name.
Oh,
for the
might
Scots.
have been. I thought I was saying Whitley, but might have snuck in a Whitmer there on accident. Here we go. In the middle here for the Scots, that will be Hoffman. Hoffman was looking for Shapansky in the middle there. As DeKunik's going to send it wide over to Lowry. Long ball here for Fosman. Fosman's going to control it on the far sideline. She's working one-on-one with Beal. And Beal's just going to kick it out of bounds. Bulldogs here with 4:26 left. Have the ball deep in Scott territory. Looking to capitalize one more time before half.
Coming in for the Bulldogs now is the freshman forward, Gracie Jagosinski. Coming in for, I believe, Earl.
Yes, she'll be coming in for Earl. It's going to go to Pouget. Pouget is going to control it. Pouget working to the middle here. Pouget sneaks it through to Gucciardo. Just long ball in left of the goal and will be corralled by Coulomb. Coulomb here is going to control it for the Scots. Sends it away into the middle of the field here. It's going to be headed back by Gucciardo into the back line for Bergeron. Bergeron's going to send it in towards Jagosinski. Jagosinski then regains possession. Tries to look for Gucciardo, but it's going to slip just behind her there as it is now Rayburn who's going to send it back to Whitley. Whitley is going to send it all the way down looking for Ahern. Bergeron's going to corral it for the Bulldogs. Sends it over to Freeze. Freeze back to Bergeron. Bergeron controls it in the back. Sends a long ball looking for in the middle for Fosman. Well defended there by the Scots. As Jags is going to send one looking for Lowry on the right side. And cleared away by the Scots. I believe that is Beal there on the far side for Alma.
And that was cleared away with some viciousness. Played it almost out of Docking Family Stadium here as it bounced up near the fence behind the scoreboard.
That is one way to clear a ball out of bounds, as the Bulldogs will control here in the middle of Alma territory. A attempted header by Gucciardo goes just overhead. Pouget plays it back to DeKunik, who's going to send a long, towering, looping ball kind of towards the goal, but it's going to go wide right, and Coulomb will have a goal kick here.
Yeah, not really sure what the game plan was there for the Bulldogs. Just, I think she was putting everything she had into it and got too far underneath. Just almost pulled out the sand wedge when it wasn't necessary there.
A little bit of a flop shot there from around the 20-yard line for the Bulldogs. Unfortunately, not much power on that one, but nonetheless, it will go out of bounds now here on the far sideline. The Bulldogs will throw it in. That'll be Perney. Perney looking in the middle for Gucciardo. It's going to go back to Perney again. Who's going to send it long, looking for Fosman. Fosman turns around. Fosman has space. Fosman working, takes a shot off of the head of the Alma defender and rolls out of bounds. I believe that went off the head of Brianna McCluskey there, as it will now be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Jagosinski goes around to take it.
Yeah, and looked like a very dangerous shot there by Fosman in terms of what happened to the Alma defender after the fact.
Minute left here. Jagosinski sends one into the middle of the box. It's going to be headed around back. Control by Pouget. Pouget makes a move. Left foot into the middle. It's not going to sneak by anyone there. A little slow roller. Hoffman's going to come up looking to work on Bergeron. Pouget head by Jagosinski. And it's going to be sent away by the Scots. As Tukunik is not going to get pushed in. Gets a header on it as Perney's going to send one towards the goal now. Another sandwich there for the Bulldogs as Coulomb corrals it. 36 seconds left here. I think they're just trying to get into a half here with their 3-1 lead. Coulomb sends it away. Into the middle. Tukunik now heads it. Sent into the back line, Bergeron. Bergeron kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a Scots thrown here with 20 seconds left in the first half here. The Bulldogs have a 3-1 lead over the Alma College Scots. This is now Rayburn, who's going to send it out of bounds. 10 seconds left here now.
7, 6, 5,
Akins is going to take her time. Akins is sent off the head of Jagosinski, who just sends it out of play. As we will end this half 3-1, Sean.
score after the first half, Adrian
We talked about it early on that the Bulldogs have not had many bounces go their way throughout the year. Seems like it went their way in the first half.
Yeah, it really did, and the Bulldogs have been on the attack the entire time. I wonder if it's a little bit of a scheme change there that we've seen from this Bulldogs team and coaching staff, allowing them to get into a situation where they can be a little bit more successful. They can utilize their players to the best of their ability and not handcuff them into roles that maybe don't work as well for what their talents are. They're letting them play. They're letting them be successful in their roles. It's not too late for them to make an MIAA run. They're 0-1, yes, but if they win out in the MIAA from here on, they still make it into MIAA play. That's what this team's goal is from here on out.
Yes, and like you said, like once you get into MIAA play, it's a whole different beast, and then once you make the MIAA tournament, that again is a whole different beast. So you really have to hit the reset button going into MIAA play. Kind of struggled with a close loss to Kalamazoo, but now they're bouncing back strong against Alma here. Now, if we look at it, the Bulldogs are averaging .91 goals per game here. They've almost just over tripled it in the first half here. This is huge for the Bulldogs, getting some scoring on the board and for the momentum there as the Scots try to push back early.
Yeah, and their offense has done exactly what we've seen them do in previous weeks. They're just doing it with a little bit more efficiency, a little bit more veracity. Honestly, they're being very vicious up and down the pitch. They're not afraid to foul. That's one thing I noted coming into this game. The Scots come in having 86 fouls for them and 80 fouls against them, while the Bulldogs come in with 59 fouls from their team, and they've experienced 84 from their opponents on average per game. Or not on average per game, but throughout the season. That is a very big discrepancy. The Bulldogs are playing a brand of soccer where they're getting beat physically and they're not applying the physicality in reverse. Today, we've seen them apply that physicality back to the Scots. Some whistles have gone in favor of the Bulldogs that maybe shouldn't have. However, That's just the way sports work. That's the way the whistle goes. You just have to continue playing within yourself and not allow the Scots to get back in this game. We've seen 4 goals in the first half. There's nothing saying we can't see 4 more in the second.
Yes, and like you said, that physical brand of soccer that we really haven't seen the Bulldogs play all year, that is what we are seeing tonight, is huge for the momentum. So the Bulldogs here are, they come in, they're obviously having a lot more physicality. Alma not looking as physical, kind of trampled over them for most of the first half there, other than their quick little 1-goal run here. The Bulldogs going to look to keep that up in the second half. Okay, the Bulldogs here, as it is 3-1, is 3 Adrian Scots 1 here in the first half. We'll be back after a short break on Adrian College TV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great, great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
We welcome you back inside Docking Family Stadium here as we are set to start the second half here in about 3 minutes. Sean, great goals there by Segan, Fosman, and Earl in the first half here for the Bulldogs. 3 different names, which you always love to see, getting 3 different contributors. Now for Alma in the second half, what is their plan of attack to crawl their way back into this one?
I think they need to capitalize on the Bulldogs' mistakes. The Bulldogs are up by 2, but they haven't played perfect by any means. Neither team has, and it's very rare that you'll see a team play perfect ever. The Scots just aren't capitalizing on those chances that the Bulldogs are leaving on the table. You have to transition well. Corner kicks are great opportunities for the Bulldogs to score. It's an even better opportunity for the Scots to create a transition opportunity because there's only one defender back deep.
Yes.
So you can transition quickly if you can just get your head on the ball and push pace. Tempo needs to be the point of reasoning here in their third MIAA contest of the season.
Yes, and if you're the Bulldogs coming in the second half, you have a 3-1 lead. Your goal is to keep it. Are you playing back defensively, or are you going to still play that push forward like we've seen the entire first half?
I think you keep playing what's been working. You don't want to play too passive because that's going to see the Scots do what every other team has done, score goals. You need to play aggressive. You need to keep up the physicality, and you need to keep up the tempo that they've been utilizing. They're playing the long ball. They're using it well, and Fosman is faking out defenders, running up, turning around, and running back to create these opportunities, allowing them to push through. She's taking shots. She's playing the through ball. She's lobbing it up for headers. She's doing everything right now that you could possibly ask from your star player.
Yes. Now, as you said, Fosman early on taking plenty of shots, but then she realized she started to get 2-3 defenders that kept marking her, going after her, and that's when you saw kind of those other plays come out where she let Earl and Seekin contribute. It's because she draws so much attention to herself because she attempts so many shots for those Bulldogs that they think that is their only route of offense. And like we've seen tonight, Earl and Seegan have contributed beautifully for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Seegan, one shot. It's a shot on goal, and it found the back of the goal. So you can't get much better than that offensively. Only played 28 minutes. Doing that for the Bulldogs has been electric, really. It's sparked a lot for their team. And then you have Fosman, 6 shots, 4 shots on goal. She has 2 assists, 1 goal. She has been a part of every single play for this Bulldogs team, just showing just how unique of a game it is for Fosman. She's out-assisting her goal total. The 2 assists on the day bring her total on the season to 2. She had 5 goals before this game, 0 assists. Now she has 6 goals and 2 assists.
Yes, I think it's a great way to use her kind of productiveness in a different way. She's not using it now as I need to take a shot from everywhere. She's using it as I draw people to me, so I'm now going to move the ball away, because that means when you draw 2 people to you or 3 people to you, there's 1 or 2 people open now rather than just trying to take that shot into 3 defenders here as we are getting set to start the second half here at Docking Stadium. It's getting a little chilly out. Sun is completely set here on the stadium. Really the first time all summer Michigan has been this cold, as the Scots are set to start with the ball in the second half. That will be number 15 for the Scots, Abby Jones, to kick it back.
And I would like to quickly remind everyone that Adrian College TV is fully student-ran broadcasts. Quick shout out to our crew here today. Of course, Michael Schubeck on play-by-play, myself on color. We have Alex Herman running support for us. He's helped us out a lot as we've had some difficulties throughout the broadcast. And then you have Tate Wise directing things and Blake Weidman up on the camera today.
As the Bulldogs start with a throw-in on the far left side. Akins throws it short to Earl. Bader try to go with a quick give and go back to Earl there, and it's going to sneak just out of reach, and it'll be a throw-in by Whitley. Whitley sends a throw-in. It's going to be stopped short. Comes back to her. She sends it towards the middle. It's going to be stopped by Gucciardo, and then taken up to Kunik. It's going to be corralled by Earl. Earl looking for a through ball to Bader. It's not going to sneak by as the Scots are going to send it out of play. It'll be a throw-in here for the Bulldogs. Akins will come up to take it. Akins walking on the sideline. Throws it short to Gucciardo. Gucciardo controls. Sends it all the way across for a breaking Segan, and it's going to be corralled by Coulomb. Segan was coming in hot on the cross there by Gucciardo. That's going to be a goal kick then for Coulomb, who sends it in the middle of the field. Sent long, corralled by Bergeron. Bergeron heads it up to Panasso, who now is going to sneak by Waterstedt and out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for the Scots, who throw it long. Looking in the middle to Shapansky. It's going to go around there before cleared by Bader. And then Whitley's going to track back for it, but it's going to be Ahern that runs all the way back and sent into the Adrian territory there, and out of play on the Scots. Akins with a throw-in.
It took me an uncomfortably amount of time to realize that we had switched directions. With both goalies wearing pink, I got very confused as to what was happening for a moment. Thankfully, I'm not the one on play-by-play today in this game.
I start calling it the wrong way. Unfortunately. Akins here with the throw-in. Akins sends it to Gucciardo. Off the head of Gucciardo towards the middle of the field. It's going to be headed by the Scots. It's going to go over there to Segan. Segan's going to cross it all the way to the middle looking for Fosman. It's going to go over the head of the Scots defender as Fosman is dragged down in the middle of the field. She's going to get the call, and we might get our first card of the night here. She'll keep the card in her pocket there as Bergeron will come up. Fosman taking a lot of contact.
Yeah, and it's a great ball played. Fosman does a good job at fighting for possession. She gets tripped up, and there is quite a bit of physicality there. We've said we wanted to see the Scots bring the physicality level up a little bit. 5 yellow cards and 1 red card on the season so far for the Scots. Bulldog opponents have had 3 yellow cards and no red cards.
Bergeron here set to kick it towards the goal. Coulom's going to tip it just over the net. Great opportunity there for the Bulldogs. Great save by Coulom.
Phenomenal save as skying up to just put a hand on it, keeping it off that top section of the goal and knocking it into the upright and right back down has to be a sigh of relief when you see it hanging on top of the net above you.
As I believe that is Bader will send it into the box for the Bulldogs. It's going to go into the middle, bounce around there. No one can seem to get a foot out, but Fosman's going to sneak it by Coulom, and it's going to be Fosman's second goal of the night. 4-1 Bulldogs. Anna Marie Fosman.
And Anna Marie Fosman has been responsible for every goal so far on the day. Played it right into the box. She just puts her foot out there, taps it slightly, and it's a slow roller under the awaiting arms of Coulom. Thought it was going high. It went low, and it's hard to make that correction.
It's a great tip there by Fosman. Really faked out Coulom, able to sneak it by for the Bulldogs to extend their lead to 3 here as the Scots back line controls it. Plays it to the middle, looking for Waterstedt. It's going to roll out of play here. Akins will now throw it in for the Bulldogs on the far sideline. 41:01 left here in the second half. We have just begun. The Bulldogs have a 4-1 lead against the Scots. Akins sent in the middle of the field. Fosman is now going to control it. A little bit hard touch off her chest, and the Scots will send it back. Bergeron will head it forward. So we head it back by the Scots, and Stanton is not going to come out and get it. It will be sent away by Freeze. Freeze is going to send it over and out of bounds. It will be a Scots throw-in.
So officially, Elise Freeze gets the assist on that for her second assist on the season from that goal from Fosman.
Yeah, it seemed like it bounced around a little bit in there before finding the foot of Fosman and able to tip it into the net. Little chaos there. Fortunately, the Bulldogs come out of it with a goal as the Scots will now control in the end of the Bulldogs. A cross in the middle of the field here by Alma, and it's going to be turned away by DeKunik. Now that is Freeze is going to send a high looping ball into the midfield. Whitley now heads it. Shapansky. Now it's Ahern. Ahern is going to kick it back to Roloff. Roloff is going to send it back to Ahern. It's going to be taken there by Perney. Segan here. Splits 2 defenders. Segan finds Fosman. Fosman's got speed on the right side. Fosman. She has 2 defenders on her. Fosman. Shot! Into the hands of Coulom. Great opportunity there for the Bulldogs. Fosman showing off her speed there on the right sideline for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and it's a good save, but a great job by Segan to play that through ball. Fosman has wheels, as you mentioned. Once she gets up the pitch, there's no one with her. She has no option but to shoot. Exactly what she does. Coulom just staying alert.
As the ball will now come back to the midfield, bounce over the head of Whitley, and it'll be popped up by Earl towards Fosman. Fosman's now going to do a quick one-on-one battle there. It'll be won by the Scots in the middle. DeKunik He's now defending. Defending against Hoffman there. Whitley now sends it past Earl into the back line of the Bulldogs. We set forward towards Fosman, who just tips it over the head of the Scots defender, McCluskey, I believe. It's hard seeing those Alma numbers this far away this late at night, but we are trying to do our best. Here's the ball sent back in the middle of the field, headed by Gucciardo into the middle. Gucciardo comes back with another header there. Bader now in the middle, flips it over to Perney. Perney sends it wide. Segan's trying to beat the Alma defender there as Roloff is just going to send it out of bounds, and Perney will now throw it in for the Bulldogs. Perney looking around. Looking short for Bader, it seems like. She'll throw it towards Bader. It will go over the head of the Scots defender, and they're going to call it out of play there on a Bader touch. It'll be a Scots throw in. Bader was defended well there by Roloff, unfortunately not able to sneak by. Roloff with a free kick. Sorry, they called contact. It'll be a free kick for the Scots.
I think that's the right call there. I didn't see the ball go out of play, but Bader was sealing off the defender quite aggressively.
Here goes, it's going to be kicked towards the middle. Scots working by. It's going to be a kick forward, looking for Jones. Jones is going to break through, putting pressure on the back line here, and it's going to be sent to Akins there by Freeze, but it's going to sneak out of bounds. Whitley now to throw it in for the Scots. Crowder on there, sent to the midfield. Bader looking for Bader, but it's going to be sent just long, and then it'll be corralled by Meyer, who will send it over back into Bulldog territory for the Scots as a few plays there. Sneaks around. Scots here with pressure. Blocked by Freeze on the sideline there. It'll go back to Earl. Earl will try to turn around, and Whitley knocks it out of bounds. It'll be another Bulldog throw-in. Akins to throw it in here for the Bulldogs. Akins taking your time, looking around. Throws it short to Bader. Bader is going to kick it into the chest of, I believe that is Shapansky. Nope, Shapansky on the left side. To Kunek. Bader. It's going to be kicked long by Perney there. Earl's going to attack Whitley here. Whitley's going to send it by into the middle there as the Scots control. Hoffman sends it into the back line. It'll be cleared by Akins. Scott's back line here. Bader is trying to beat out one-on-one with Hoffman, but it's going to sneak by here as there's going to be heavy contact on Emily Ahern, trying to sneak past the Bulldogs' D-line there.
Yeah, and it's a good whistle. Probably the most easy call of the day. Now a card comes out. Couldn't tell if it was yellow or red. I guess we'll see if a player leaves the pitch. And it seems as if it was a red card. So looks like the Bulldogs are going to be losing their star defender, Tegan Bergeron.
Not what you want to see for the Bulldogs here. One of your better defenders who's really held down your back line this entire day to go out. Now, you do have a 3-goal lead to sit on, but that is, like you said before, we saw 4 goals in the first half. We might be able to see it again here, especially when you lose one of your good defenders there, like the Bulldogs have, and they have to play a man down or a woman down. Trying to figure out the situation here, the refs. As number 21, Brenna Roloff. Looks like she might be taking the free kick, or it will be Emily Ahern for the Scots here.
Like to see a little bit of trickeration here from the Scots to really create a unique chance, allowing them to cut this lead into just 2.
Scots here, really their first golden opportunity of the half after the Bulldogs have dominated most of it with possession and a goal. Scots looking to attack one of their own on the board. They'll be set to the goal. And wide left. Stanton didn't even have to touch that one. Missed opportunity there from the Scots. In prime scoring position there, unable to even get a ball on net. That is not what you want to see if you are in scoring territory, as Stanton will now kick it away for the Bulldogs. Stanton. Sends it long. It's going to be low. Tipped by Segan. Hoffman now. It's going to be sent away by Gucciardo. The back line. Fosman putting pressure. Fosman makes a steal. Fosman trying to beat Whitley on the outside. But Whitley makes a great defensive play there. Aiken steps up on Watershut. But unfortunately, nothing there as Freeze will send it up the field. It'll be kicked, boomed back, headed by DeKunik. Into the middle here, Sagan. Sagan gets a tip on it. Sends out wide to Perney. Perney's going to control. Perney sends it back to Gucciardo. Gucciardo controls in the middle. Gucciardo working. Sends a ball straight to the Scott defender, number 21, Brianna Roloff, and she's just going to kick out of bounds as she lost control early. Looked for Shapansky there, slipped out of reach. Perney with the throw-in. Perney looking for a longer throw-in towards Bader. Bader's going to corral it. Bader's going to kick it forward. Looking to lead Segan, but it goes a little bit too far, and it'll be sent out of play by Spalding. As Adrian now has a throw-in in deep in Scott's territory. Throwing to Fosman from Perney. Perney with the ball back from Fosman. Throwing a long ball to Alana Earl on the far side. She does get a foot on it, but Coulomb was there.
Earl just skying that ball out of play. I think she was trying to hook it back behind Coulomb there. Unfortunately, that's a very almost impossible play if you're Earl.
Yeah, I don't know what you do there other than just attempt it because you have two people right on you. Either lose the ball or attempt it. Here's Earl gets it right back. She keeps it in play. Fosman's going to chase after it with Uten defending. As Earl will now kick it into the feet of Waterstedt, and it'll go out of bounds. Long throw in here for Akins. It's going to sneak by Whitley. Looking for Bader there. Gucciardo puts pressure on the Scots. And I'll be sent, turned around as a Hearn, but then DeKunik is there to just send it away, who is settled into Bergeron's spot quite nicely here after the ejection. Scots, Ahern sends it far, but it's going to be headed by Gucciardo here in the middle. It's going to be Bader now working on the left side. She's got Whitley to beat. Whitley, she throws it past Whitley, looking for a through ball to Fosman, but it goes too far and will roll into Coulomb's arms.
Scots are doing a good job at utilizing the player advantage right now. Defensively, would like to see them find a way to utilize it offensively going forward.
Yeah, the Scots obviously now have a woman advantage here, where you are trying to take advantage of that. You're down 3, you have it for the rest of the half, so you're just trying to get something on the board here if you're the Scots, and it seems like the Bulldogs are still putting so much pressure on them, as they have throughout this entire game, still playing their physical brand of soccer that they have came out and played today. It'll be a throw in here by Roloff. Roloff will throw it over the head of Jones, and it'll sneak into the back line here. It's going to be a shot from the Scots, and it'll go over the net. Stanton again not even having to attempt to save that ball. As Stanton will set to kick it away. Stanton sends a low ball towards the right side. Looking for Segan. It's going to go off of Segan. Now Perney. Perney's going to be crowded by Shapansky for the Scots. Shapansky working on the left side. Perney tracks her down. And Perney kicks it out of play, negating a corner as well. Great play there by Perney to negate a corner kick there for the Scots.
Yeah, and it was a turnover by the Bulldogs. They're around the 30. Scots thought they had a breakaway. Perney sprinting to create the throw-in instead of the corner, as you mentioned.
Fosman now throws it to Earl. Earl will now move it to Akins. Akins back to Earl here. And Earl will send it back to Freeze. Freeze sends a ball longer in the middle of the field. Looking in between Segan and Fosman. As the ball now sneak out of bounds on Whitley there on the far sideline. It'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. I believe that is Akins coming up to take it. Akins set to throw it in for the Bulldogs. Going to throw it to Fosman. Fosman is going to kick it back to Akins. It's going to go off the leg of Akins to Hoffman, who's going to throw it over the right side to Roloff, who's now going to send it long looking for Shapansky, but there's no luck there as Perney is playing lockdown defense today. Here comes Roloff. And it's going to go out of play. Roloff looking a little frustrated there as Perney is now going to throw it in for the Bulldogs. A little bit of frustration coming out of the Scots here in the second half as you have an advantage here by one player and you aren't really taking advantage of it. The Bulldogs are still pressuring you. They're still controlling the ball. If you're the Scots here, the frustration is just going to it's just going to keep growing.
Yeah, and I almost expect that, but I expect them to play clean their brand of soccer.
This is going to sneak in there, and Stanton's going to get her hands on it. Scots finally with some life as we were just talking about it. Stanton there able to step up and just no nonsense there. As she kicks it away for the Bulldogs. It's going to be handled by the Scots as DeKunik is going to come up and head it. As now it's going to be controlled by Waterstedt, who's going to play it to the middle, looking for Ahern, who's going to send it towards the net. And it's good, but unfortunately not in the soccer net.
The other football.
Yeah, the other football. We're playing the wrong football here today, the Scots are. That's 3 points that ties it right up for them. 4-4 now. As Stanton's going to throw a low bolt into the middle here, looking towards Gucciardo. Now it's going to pop out to Earl. And Fosman looking to run it down. A lot of contact there, no call. Bader. It's going to go to Earl, who's going to play it. Sneak through to Fosman here. Fosman off the leg of a Scott defender, and it's going to sneak through. Fosman almost beat out Hoffman roll off to the ball there, but Coulom's going to come out and freeze the play. Coulom's going to send it long. It's going to go off the body of Gucciardo there. Now Segan in the middle. Bader puts pressure on. Perney is going to send it back to DeKunik, who's going to control. He's going to look for a long ball to Segan, and it might be a little deep here as it's going to roll out of bounds. Roloff here will throw it in for the Scots. Throws it in long, looking for Ahern. Send it off the back towards Hoffman, but it's going to be headed away by Gucciardo. As Waterstedt's going to send it to the back line, and Freeze is going to send it out towards Fosman. Now controlling it and will send it back is Spalding, who will send it back to Coulomb. Now throws it long right over to Uten. We'll now throw it to Whitley. Whitley in the middle. Throws it back to Meyer, who's going to send it all the way over to the right side, intercepted by Akins. That'll be crowd by Segan in the middle here. Sends it over to Earl. Earl. Control, taking her time. He's going to send it back to Gucciardo, who sends it wide to Freeze. Freeze makes a move, sends it to the middle towards Segan. Segan is going to play it back to Gucciardo, but it's going to be intercepted by Hoffman and looking for Shapansky, who's going to run it down for the Scots. Shapansky, working on the left side, sends it long over to Ahern, but it's going to be sent out of bounds by the Bulldogs, I believe. DeKunik is the one who sent it out of play. Roloff will now throw it in for the Scots. Roloff with a long throw in, looking for Ahern. And it's going to go off the head of Perney and out of play. Scots advancing the ball here quite nicely. Roloff sends it into the middle of the field. It's going to go off the head of Hoffman and then back out to Roloff. Roloff controls in the middle. She's got pressure by Bader and Fosman. Bader and Fosman take it away. Bader working at the right side. She's got speed. Bader working on Spalding. Plays it back to Fosman. Fosman now spin move. Throws it through looking for Bader. But it's going to be deflected by the Scots defensive back, Spalding. As now Shapansky moves up. Makes a move on Perney. Shapansky Sends it in the middle, deflected by Gucciardo. Perney off of Perney's foot, looking like it's going to roll out of bounds here. It'll be a throw-in for the Scots. Bader and Fosman there on that play, able to create some space for them rolling down the field, unable to get anything going after that. Long throw-in from Roloff. Sean, there's 25 minutes left in this game. What do you think the Scots have to do to even have a chance at tying this one up?
They have to simply just get shots going towards Stanton. They've kind of been playing a little bit too close to midfield here in this second half, being down by as much as they have been.
As Gucciardo corrals it around on the right sideline there for the Bulldogs. Sends it a through ball to Fosman. Fosman's one-on-one. Fosman makes a move, splits the defenders, but she's going to be ran down by Spaulding. Great defensive play there by the Scots. Anna-Marie Fosman looking for her third of the night. Just denied there as it goes off of Segan and out of play.
Those are chances the Bulldogs have to capitalize on. You have your best player working forward. The defense is shorthanded, caught in transition. You need to capitalize and at least get a quality look at the goal.
Yes, now, if you're the Bulldogs here, you're down a player. There's 24 minutes left. You're just trying. You really just have to keep a 3-goal lead here. Scots just are the one that really have to put on the pressure here if they want to have a chance here with the way the Bulldogs are playing their aggressive style of soccer that they brought tonight. And it's really worked out for them throughout this entire game here. The Scots don't really know how to handle it.
No, they really don't. And they've brought some aggressiveness themselves. It just hasn't worked out in their favor in this action.
As Sagan now here in the middle of the field. He's going to play up to Bader. It's going to be sent long in by Uten. Dukunik now runs back to take it. Dukunik pressured by Shapansky. And it's going to go, it's just going to be sent straight out of play by Dukunik. It'll be a throw-in for the Scots. Roloff will throw it in. Roloff looking around. Looking at a play here for Shapansky, but it's going to be tipped away by Gucciardo and into the hands of Stanton here. 23-11 left here in the second half. Stanton sends it away. It's going to be towards 2 Scott midfielders there. It'll be corralled, but then intercepted by Segan. Segan with a one-on-one battle. Plays it over to Earl. Earl now working in the middle. Plays it through to Fosman. Fosman trying to sneak past Uten, but unable to prevail on that one. Now Bader's going to turn around with the ball right in front of her, and she's going to throw it right into, again, Uten. As now we have 2 Bulldogs down here. We'll be right back on ACTV. And we are back here at Docking Family Stadium as Roloff controls it on the left side here. Roloff. Bader's going to come flying out of nowhere. And it's going to go off a Roloff and out of bounds. Perney will throw it in for the Bulldogs. We got a couple subs here for both teams. As that is Kate Lowry will come in for the Bulldogs. The Scots with 4 total subs here. The Bulldogs. Perney's going to throw it into Gucciardo. Send it back to Perney, who's just going to send it in the middle of the field towards Lowry. It's going to bounce Akins. One-on-one here with Harvey, but she's unable to win it as Freeze is just going to send it out of play with pressure from, I believe, Garcia there on the far side. Thrown here for the Scots. It's going to be corralled by Hoffman. Back to Garcia. It's going to be sent by the Scots. Harvey in straight into the back of Akins there for the Bulldogs. Gucciardo gets a head on it. It's going to be hit by Bader into a Scott forward. Now sent out by Freeze, who's just going to send it out of play. The Bulldogs just trying to kill time here. They got 20 minutes left. They're trying to just get out of here with the win.
Yeah, and they're trying to get out of here with the win, but they're also thinking of player health and safety. They're thinking of time management, fatigue, everything you have to think about in a game like this where you don't want to see anybody go down. You also want your players to stay fresh as your next contest is in 3 days.
Yes, the Bulldogs here looking to close out a 4-1 victory here as Stanton will kick it off for the Bulldogs. Sends it in the middle of the field. It's going to be sent out again by Freeze. It'll be another throw in here for the Scots. Bulldogs play tonight against Alma, and then they will travel to St. Mary's College on October 11th, hoping to pick up a winning MIAA record. And if you're the Scots, you play tonight, and then you are next back in action on the same date, October 11th, versus Kalamazoo, which Adrian just fell to 1-2 a few days ago. Ball will go out the back. It will be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Now, if you're Alma, you travel to Kalamazoo. Sorry, no, you stay at home versus Kalamazoo. But the Bulldogs lost that team 1-2. So if you're coming in after a 4-1 defeat by the Bulldogs, how are you taking that if you are the Scots?
You just have to come in, and it's a completely different game.
As we got a break here by Ahern on Stanton. Save by Stanton! The backbone of the Bulldogs comes up with a huge save there.
Stanton made a mistake. She played that ball low on a line drive, and just a quick turnaround opportunity breakaway for the Scots. Unable to capitalize.
As the Scots back line now controls as Lowry is giving pressure here. Little contact there. Bulldogs get a free kick. Great save there by Stanton to keep this a 4-1 game and just negate any momentum that the Scots might have gained. As here comes Freeze to take the free kick for the Bulldogs. She's got Dakudik to her right, and on the far sideline she is Perney. Akins to her left. Looking like this one's going in the box here. She's going to float one in the middle of the box. It's going to go off the shoulder. That went off the shoulder of Baldwin. Now it's going to be sent back to the midfield. Dakunuk's going to head it back in. Steam here for the Scots. They're going to play it to the outside to number 36, Peel. Peel's going to throw it all the way over. It's going to fly by. Akins is now one-on-one on the far sideline there. Akins is going to cross, and that is nowhere near the goal from the Scots. It should be a goal kick now for Stanton.
And that's exactly what it'll be. Great defensive recovery there on the far side for the Bulldogs to just create a very difficult crossing opportunity from the Scots.
Stanton here set to kick it away for the Bulldogs. 17-13 left here in the second half. It'll be headed away by the Scots and out of play. That was headed by Jones. Now be thrown for Lowry. Lowry set to throw it in. Nope, sorry. Akins will come up to take the throw in. Akins taking her time. He's going to throw it over the head to Lowry. He's going to tip it over. He's going to go towards Segan. He's going to throw it back to Lowry. He's going to not get a foot on it, but the Alma defender overshoots it. Played through to Bader. Bader has Baldwin breaking in, but Bader's going to take it herself. Cross it towards the goal. Rebound! Coulomb was unable to corral it. Bader is going to send another one into the box. Coulomb tips it over. And the Scots able to keep it out. It's going to be floated towards the goal here. Coulomb unable to corral it and just bats it out of play. What a sequence of events here for the Bulldogs on offense.
Yeah, and now they're going to get a corner kick, so even more opportunity to have a successful offensive stint in this game. It's going to be Bader kicking it for the Bulldogs.
Great play by Bader there on the far side, though, to almost set up Baldwin for a Beautiful goal. Unfortunately, it fell a little bit short. Then it came back to Bader, who sent it back towards the goal and almost caused Segan to put it in the net. So Bader really trying to create plays here. She sends it towards the box. It's going to be Baldwin, who tries to get a foot on it. Unable to. As it'll be sent forward by Alma. Perney plays it through right to number 36. Peel for the Scots. Perney to throw it in. Perney throws it short to Bader. It's going to go over the head of Bader as she fought with Meyer for that ball. It's going to go out of bounds, and then it will be another Bulldog throw in here. Perney set to throw it in. Throws it to Gucciardo. Gucciardo to Perney. Perney moves in. Throws a pass off of Sagan's thigh. It'll be thrown back into the middle. Scott's pushing up field. It's going to be Jones. Jones pushing up. Throws a long ball there looking for, I believe, Marcellus. Falls a little bit short. Be a throw in for the Scots here. You're under 15 minutes to play here in the second half. Adrian College Bulldogs are up 4-1 against the Alma College Scots here at Docking Stadium. It's going to go out of play on the Bulldogs again. That was Lowry that it tipped off of. Be a long attempt at a throw in here for the Scots to no avail, as it'll be kind of tapped around the midfield before Marcellus tries to look on the far side, but nobody's home. Lowry to Bader. Bader is going to send it back Lowry's way. He's going to try to chase it down, but she gets beaten there, and it's sent back into the middle of the field. Segan is going to throw a header. It's going to off the head of Meyer, then back to Perney. Perney's going to win her one-on-one battle versus Peel, and it's going to come back to Gucciardo. Gucciardo's going to send it over to Segan, who's got pressure. Segan has pressure from Spalding, and then throws it over to Baldwin. Baldwin throws it back to Perney. Perney's going to send it off the foot into the middle. Bader's going to get there first. Bader's going to steal the ball. Has it again, plays it back to Baldwin. Baldwin on the right side. Looking to cross it through, plays it right into the shin of Brianna Spalding. And I believe this is another corner kick coming for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it'll be another corner opportunity, and the Bulldogs have had quite a few of these. I'd like to see them capitalize on this one here, maybe move this to a 4-goal lead if you're a Bulldog fan.
Now this is promising for the Bulldogs, having only 9 offensive players on the field and still putting this much pressure on the Scots. Bader sends it directly into the middle. Coulomb came out to play it, misses as Segan's going to send one towards the goal, blocked by the Scots. Takunik came in to play it, and it was blocked yet again as Gucciardo's pressuring the Scots here. It's going to be picked off after Peel attempted to get it, but Bader's now working on the right side. Bader is going to move. She's going to stop. Works left, crosses it around Peel, sends it towards the net. Over Coulomb and in the far left side! Bader with a shot from long range! Now it's 5-1 Bulldogs.
Bader does a phenomenal job here, screaming up the side, makes a phenomenal move back inside, and it looks like that's actually supposed to be a cross, but she puts a little bit too much on it, so it skies right over the hand of Coulomb. Bulldogs are up by 4.
This is a dominant offensive showing by the Bulldogs here. Really have struggled to score all season. They're averaging .91 goals per game, and they come in here tonight and put up 5 on the Scots. And your 5th goal was down a player there for the Bulldogs. Unfortunately, Bergeron had that red card earlier in the game. That is, Aikens now throws it deep into Scott territory as they are going to return the favor and send it all the way back. Freeze will corral it for the Bulldogs, and I believe she's just going to let it go out of play. It'll be an Adrian College throw in here. Aikens set to take it.
That last goal officially makes this the most points scored in a game that the Bulldogs have played in yet this year. They had 5 goals scored back on September 16th against Wilmington. That game finished 3-2. This game already with 6 goals in it. First time Bulldogs have scored 5 this season. Just showing how electrifying that offense has been today in what feels like a different scheme for this Bulldogs team here up in the booth at least.
Yes, the Bulldogs obviously not coming into the game here, scoring many goals per game, struggling to get the ball in the net. Today they took a more offensive approach, and I mean they put 5 in the back of the net here on the Scots in their second game of conference play, hoping to move to 1-1 here, which is almost inevitable. It's only 11 minutes left. As Baldwin's now going to take it up that left side for the Bulldogs. It's going to be taken away by the Scots. Corralled, sent through to the midfield. But a little bit too far in the pass there by the Scots as Gucciardo's going to take it. Now here comes Perney. Perney up the right side, kind of oversteps it there. Perney is going to send it long to the far side. Over to Lowry. Lowry's going to control. Lowry's going to send it through over to Baldwin. Baldwin is going to play it back to Lowry, who's going to send one on net, and that's going to be no problem for Coulomb.
Yeah, just a quick one-hopper straight in to the hands of Coulomb there. She's done a good job today, all things considered. Obviously, the 5 goals is what everyone's going to talk about, but when you've had so many put on net by the Bulldogs, it's inevitable that they're going to score.
Yes, not even just the balls on net, but the grade A chances that are being created by the Bulldogs. Every one of their goals has been a magnificent shot or a play. It's not really been on Coulomb or even this back line, rather. It's just been great execution by the Bulldogs as Shapansky throws it in here into the middle. Shapansky now back that far left sideline. It's going to be a Hearn working, but Perney's there to just send it away. Bulldogs trying to kill out the clock here. Shapansky throws it in. It's going to be kicked back to Shapansky. He's going to throw it. He's going to throw it to Scaly. Back to Shapansky over into the middle there for the Scots. And unfortunately, there comes Pouget. Pouget's going to put pressure on here for the Bulldogs. She's everywhere as Baldwin now steps up. Freeze went for a header there, took a little bit of contact from the Scots. It'll be rolled towards Stanton, who will have no trouble falling on it, killing as much time as she can here. With only 9 minutes left to play here in the second half. Stanton to kick it away. Sends it into the middle of the field here for the Bulldogs. Towards Pouget. It's going to bounce around her. As now here comes Gucciardo. It's going to be walked by Shapansky. It's going to be a through ball here for Hearn as the Scots play through here, but again, Perney on the outside. But she's going to draw, Hearn is going to draw the contact here, and I believe this is going to be a pen for the Scots.
Yeah, I think that's the right call as well. An attacking area, offensive player in Ahern, and just a little bit too physical. Maybe just a step inside the box, but that's all it takes. Bulldogs so far this season, opponents are 1 for 2 on penalty kicks. We'll see what Ahern can do here.
Ahern against Stanton. Spying the ball here. Ahern. Opportunity to cut this lead down to 3. Ahern sends it. Tipped out by Stanton! What a save! It's a great shot by Ahern, but Stanton was there.
How about 1 for 3 now as Stanton does a phenomenal job. She read it perfectly, almost reading Ahern's mind there, making the diving save to the left, almost tipped it into the goal herself, and then having to dive back on top of it, keeping the save and keeping the ball out of the goal.
Talk about a great game for Stanton here. She's really been, aside from the one goal that really wasn't on her completely, she's been really the backbone of this defense tonight. She's been there every step of the way, making save after save, and just controlling the ball here for the Bulldogs as she's set to kick it away. Low bullet into Freeze. Freeze has a little trouble with it, but able to somewhat corral it. It's going to be headed by a Hearn. Now Shapansky, who touches it around to Marcellus. That's going to come in. Lowry's going to come in and just take the ball away. Who sends it up the field in the direction of Akins, but it's going to be sent back in by the Scots. Hearn tips it over the head and out of play, and Stanton will have another goal kick.
So official numbers so far for Stanton. That's her 5th save on the game. A little bit of contrast there for Coulomb. Has had 10 saves. She's seen 17 shots. Stanton has only seen 9 shots today, and only 6 have been on goal for the Scots. Not what you want to see if you're the Scots offense, but that goes back to what we were saying earlier about the Bulldogs being able to create so many opportunities throughout this game. 17 shots, 10 of them on goal. Or 15 on goal, mind you.
If you get 15 shots on goal in any game, you're going to be successful, especially with the grade A chances they were creating here. It's going to tip off of Baldwin, and then it'll be played into by Malcolm. Now, Paget is going to go over to Malcolm. Malcolm looking for Baldwin, but it's going to go off of a Scott defender here. Now the Scots push up the field. It's going to be Jones who's going to push it up to Marcellus. Marcellus is going to try to flip the field here, looking for Shapansky, but it's going to roll right out of bounds here as we're going another Adrian sub, as out will come Freeze and in will come Greenbaum.
Zoe Greenbaum, 8 games played on the season. This will be her 9th. She's shot the ball 4 times, played pretty solid defensively throughout this season for the Bulldogs.
Emily Daly will now throw it in for the Bulldogs. Little clock issue here with the referee. They let it run a little too far. 5-1 Adrian here with 7:34 left to play here in the second half. Emily Daly set to throw it in. She'll throw it short to Baldwin. Baldwin back to Daly. Daly will control, looking for Sagan on that far side. Unfortunately not able to reach her. It's going to go out of play here. Shapansky. Double teamed there by both Baldwin and Daly. It's going to work out to Gucciardo, then back to the Scots. We're going to play it through a Hearn, who had the penalty kick earlier, but she's not able to get to it as the ball will roll out of play. Daly set to throw it back in for the Bulldogs. Daly over there on the far sideline. Walking up the field as much as they're going to let her here. She's got Gucciardo right in front of her and Perny to her back. So that's Puget that was right in front of her. Baldwin. That's going to be tipped up by a Hearn, who's going to turn around. And it's just going to be cleared away by Greenbaum.
Something that's just going to let this clock chew a little bit. Well, it would have, but the Bulldogs are making a substitution. And the Bulldogs need to keep this clock running as much as possible, getting out of this game without any more scary situations.
Yes, Segan will come out, who has played a majority of the game here for the Bulldogs, as Gucciardo will control it around in the middle. Looking for Chamberlain. Falls just short as Daly now here. Shapansky is on the far sideline. Working on Daly, moves it to the middle, but it's going to be tipped by Baldwin, and now it's going to go out of play. It's going to be another goal kick for Stanton. I think that's the story of this game, is Alma cannot get anything into the box of the Bulldogs.
No, and they've had a couple opportunities to create good looks. They've just squandered them throughout the game, and that's, you're not going to be successful when you're being outshot almost double in a 90-minute game.
Yes, yeah, it's never the recipe for success when you're getting almost double the shots against than you are for. And with the way the Bulldogs are playing tonight, they're still down a player right now, and it seems like it doesn't even phase them. Now, the only issue is that they will only go one half of that red card, so they will have to play a person down for their next conference game for the first half. But here comes Emily Daly, who sends one somewhat towards the goal, and Coulomb will come out and corral it. A little bit of pressure there from Malcolm. Coulomb now set to kick it away. So go right into the middle. Missed header by the Scots. Baldwin and Laurie will jump up for it to no avail. As it'll run up the Scots, we'll head it. I believe that is Waterstedt. on the right side there. Yes, it is. She will work it down. It'll go over the head back to Waterstedt, who will come up. Plays a crossover looking in the middle there. It's going to go off of Hoffman. Correction, Marcellus, as it'll be a long ball there for the Bulldogs looking towards Chamberlain, but to no avail as the Scots will now walk through, looking to put on a little bit of pressure here with just under 4 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the second half. Game's basically on ice at this point, just waiting for the clock to roll out are the Bulldogs. Looking for their first conference win on their year and their first win since September 6th of this year. Through ball here. Stanton's going to kick away, but it's going to be sent towards the net and off the crossbar by Waterstedt for the Scots. Coming up just short here. Late as Spalding went out control for the Scots. Sends it over to Waterstedt, who's going to make a move, break in, makes another move, sends it over. Offside flag comes up, and it'll be a Bulldog free kick.
I mentioned in the pre-show, sometimes the ball just doesn't roll your way, and right there is a perfect example. You're putting it as high up as you can to make sure that Stanton doesn't have a chance to make a play on it, and by doing so, you end up hitting the crossbar and don't get an opportunity at a rebound. Perfect situation right there. Open goal and just a little bit too much on it.
Yeah, unfortunate play there. It seemed like Stanton and Purdy had a little bit of a miscommunication there. She came out to play the ball, and Purdy kicked it almost right into the foot of Waterstedt, I believe, and it was sent out of play as the Bulldogs were just going to put on the bench here for player safety as we see Mackenzie Alberts come in. Number 29, Maya Giffen come in. And the Bulldogs will play on Jagozinski comes in as well. Long throw in there on the far sideline for the Bulldogs. Pouget over there with Laurie. Laurie's going to loft it in the middle of the field. Can be chased down, sent away by Baldwin's going to play it back here to Daly. Daly's going to play it out to Chamberlain. Chamberlain's going to be stolen by Szczepanski, but it's going to be taken right back by Giffen. Giffen's going to play it right back down. It's going to be deflected by the Scots Bishop. Player in the middle. Szczepanski now plays it back. Throws it in the middle. It's going to be cleared out by Zoe Greenbaum in the middle of the field here as Mackenzie Alberts. It's a header on the ball here. Pouget sends it straight up. It's going to be corralled by Malcolm. Malcolm's going to send it to Laurie. Laurie is going to put it through the feet towards Alberts. To no avail. It's going to roll right into the hands of Stanton here as we are just watching the clock tick down here at Docking Stadium. Like we said before, the Bulldogs are back in MIAA action on October 11th against St. Mary's, but they are also back here. Their next game at Docking Stadium will be October 14th versus Trine University. As now we have some movement here by Giffen up the right sideline, who will send it all the way down, just trying to kill this clock out here with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this game. Sean, if you're the Bulldogs going forward, obviously you take this as just the most positive part of your season so far, especially to start your first 2 games of MIAA play. Putting up 5 goals is no easy feat. Do you think they continue with this more physical, more, kind of punch you in the throat style soccer, or would you kind of find a mix of both between what you were doing before?
I think you stick with what's working. If it isn't broke, don't fix it. This clearly isn't broke. It's the most your offense has scored all season. It's the best your offense has looked all season. They seem to be playing more as a unit. They seem to be having more fun, and that's what really matters here going forward in this season. You still have a chance to be competitive in the MIAA, so play the brand of soccer that's going to keep you the most competitive, which seems to be the brand we've seen today.
Yes, and other than the costly mistake of Bergeron getting a red card there, really have played almost a perfect game if you're the Bulldogs on defense and offense. Stanton obviously stopping a huge goal kick there for them late. Perney has looked great on that back line for the Bulldogs as well. She's been everywhere. Even when she's beat, she gets right back and recovers. And clock is ticking away here with 18 seconds left. Scott's looking for one last push up the field, but it's just going to be right into Malcolm. Now it's going to be sent down the field. We have speed here looking is Marcellus, but like it's going to be sent out of bounds here as the final seconds tick away, and the Bulldogs will take this one 5-1 against Alma. Huge win for the Adrian College Bulldogs here. Finally get back into the win column after over a month of not winning a game. Sean, what is your overall reaction to what you saw from the Bulldogs tonight?
I think just more of the same, what we've been saying over the past 2 minutes. Just they've played very physical. They've played very fast, loose. It feels like they've had a lot more fun. They've gotten out of position a little bit, which I think is okay when they're doing it almost scripted. They're planning on getting out of position. They're planning on having one defender play back with 4 others scooting up and playing almost in the midfield, allowing you to have a lot more rotation up front, and it's not just Fosman up there by herself. Sometimes when you leave a player on an island, they can star. Sometimes the entire defense is going to shine on that player, and you need the assistance of some of your very talented teammates to come in and help you score some goals, as we've seen today.
Yeah, like we saw, I mean, Fosman obviously was up there on her own to start the season, and like you said tonight, you had players kind of up and support her, which we mentioned this earlier in the game. When those players now, when those defenders, for example, on Alma are marking Fosman and they're all flooding towards her, then Fosman can kick it out because there are 1 or 2 people open now rather than she's on her own, she's on an island. She has people around her. Now, if you're Alma, what's your takeaway here as they came into the game 7-4? Now, they were 0-2 in conference play, but you start the year 7-2 non-conference. You're looking like the better team on paper coming in here tonight after the Bulldogs have been kind of on a cold streak here. If you're Alma, what do you take away?
I think it's a really simple takeaway. You're a young team. It's a first-year head coach. You have 6 seniors listed on your roster, a lot of freshmen, a lot of transfers. It's still a young program. Don't quit on yourselves. Don't get too ahead of yourselves either. Yes, you started out the season great. You have had 3 straight losses now. Don't hang your head. Just keep being willing to put in the work. Keep being willing to try. You have a great support staff in your coaching staff. You have a great support staff in the family members that we've seen at Docking Stadium here, traveling to watch their relatives or friends play in this game. That's exactly what you want to see. You want to see the culture around the team be built the right way, and that seems to be exactly what this Scots team is doing. Sure, there's going to be some hiccups in the road along the way. This is one of those. The past 2 games were hiccups. I don't think that's going to hinder this team going forward. It's the first year of the program for what they're trying to build.
Yeah, I completely agree. You're young, especially you have a first-year head coach who's trying to implement everything that he is trying to get this team to be and get this team to do. It's going to take a while, especially when this is his first year as a head coach, his first recruiting class, his first opportunity to really mentor a team in Alma. So obviously you're going to see that culture shift. You might see a late run from Alma as they kind of settle down into their season here. And the Bulldogs, we mentioned this plenty of times, they play St. Mary's. If you're traveling to St. Mary's, it's a road trip. You have not won on the road yet this year. If you're the Bulldogs, you're obviously trying to sneak away with a win there against St. Mary's. What do you think they have to do on the road in order to beat St. Mary's?
As you mentioned, it's a road trip. Road trips are never easy in any sport, especially a sport like soccer. However, it's a weekend road trip, so it's not middle of the day. You don't have to worry about homework. You're not missing a day of school. You're not missing a day of class. You don't have to worry about anything except for your game and getting out there, having a good time playing, and focusing on the game plan. Every coach comes into every game with a game plan. When you have to travel on a Wednesday and play a game after discussing what homeworks do, what do you have to make up for in class, that's always a lot more difficult than just hitting the road, playing, and having fun with it. I think if they play the brand of soccer that we've seen them play today, they will be as successful as this team can carry them.
I think the energy is a big thing for the Bulldogs, like you said, not being focused on all of that extra noise. But when we were back here against Mountain Union on September 22nd, we kind of mentioned that the Bulldogs almost seemed flat-footed or dead after having almost over a week, but today they came out firing on all cylinders. They were fast, they were quick, they were energetic, and they were ready to go. It seems like that's a big thing for the Bulldogs here, if that they can come out flying the rest of the year, come out with that physical presence, they can really kind of take it to the teams in the MIAA.
And that's a lot of what we've seen last year and in previous years, is that the Bulldogs, when they get rolling, they play really well. And I think if they continue to play this brand and this style, that'll help boost them and keep their offensive production as high as it can possibly be. Fosman draws a lot of attention, 2 goals, 2 assists today. You had goals from Alana Earl, Delaney Bader, Victoria Segan as well. And then you add in assists from Freeze and Earl. You also add in the 1 goal from Hoffman on the other side, was assisted by Ahern. So a lot of goals scored in this one. We had 6 total. There were assists on, I believe, every goal except for the Bader goal. I think that was the only unassisted goal we've seen on today's action. Fun game from start to finish, and we have a fun weekend slate here on ACTV, as well as Women's D1 will be taking on undefeated Midland University tomorrow at 7:30. You have the second game of that series taking place on Friday at 4 o'clock. Then men's D1 is facing their rivals in Liberty University at 7:05 on Friday for the game 1 of that series. 1 o'clock start time for game 2 on Saturday. Then women's D2 takes on Ohio State at 4 p.m. Men's D3 will take on Ferris State at 7 p.m. That's the Saturday slate on ACTV. Sunday has just one game, and it'll be women's D2 versus Liberty University at 1 o'clock in the Arrington Ice Arena. So big weekend slate for the Bulldogs at home and for ACTV as a whole.
Yes, Sean. Now, coming to this night, the Bulldogs now move their record on the season to 4-7-1, hoping to advance that record throughout the year. As we thank the entire ACTV staff working tonight to make everything possible here. I am Michael Schubeck alongside Sean Whitmer, and we wish you a good evening.